Hey everyone, kia ora te whanau. So I'm actually a moderator on a group that's on the FB app about the Singapore Grand Prix, and it's about tips and advice about going to the Singapore Grand Prix. And over the last few weeks, obviously, we've been seeing a lot of questions similar to this, where particularly they've got a walkabout ticket or a general admission ticket, and what to do to go about going to the Singapore Grand Prix on a walkabout ticket. So obviously this example here, how do I maximize access? What's the best time to actually get to the track, and other things that could be vital to know, especially if you have a general admission ticket. So I thought I'd actually explain this a little bit further. Hi, my name is Lauren. I have been to 4 Grand Prix so far, 3 in Australia, 1 in Singapore. I will be at the Singapore Grand Prix in 2 weeks' time, and of course I actually am the moderator of this group on the FB app. First and foremost, go onto the Singapore Grand Prix website and download the circuit park map. This is the best way you can get advice and also some sort of idea of actually where things are. Secondly, also, I would highly suggest going to the Google Maps link that I have actually made up, which you guys can find in the description box below, where you can actually see for basic distances on how far things are away. So in the case of this question where they're saying that we wanted to maximize access across all zones with a general admission ticket on race day, if you are planning on actually wanting to go see a concert and then go and actually find a really good viewing platform to actually go and watch the race, I would highly suggest trying to see where your priorities are. And I'm trying not to say this as someone coming off as rude. I'm actually saying this is because usually on race day, if you've got a general admission ticket and you want to find a good spot to watch the race, you will need to stake out and sit out that spot from literally gates open until the race is finished. Because general admission generally means first in, first served. But if the whole experience of actually just going to a Grand Prix is more your thing, rather than actually saying, hey, I need a spot and I need a spot instantly, check out the events that are actually happening on the Sunday, whether it's at the concerts in Zone 1 or in Zone 4, and seeing also what on-track action that's going on. Now, mind you, the other thing to actually point out is that at the major stages, including the Wharf stage in Zone 1 and also the Padang stage in Zone 4, there is also screens as well where you can actually watch the race. And also with these screens, you can actually see a lot more than what you usually can see on track. But like also with the viewing platforms that are littered around the circuit, if you are wanting to go see a specific concert, like pretty much any other concert that you may or may not have been to, where a general admission ticket you may have held, you would know that the earlier you get to the line or wherever it might be, the better chance you actually have of getting a good spot. So the same thing with the concerts as well. The earlier you are to a certain spot, the better chance you'll actually have of getting a good viewing spot. As for maximizing access, like I said about downloading the circuit park map and checking out the Google Maps link that I've created, understand that it's about a 35 to 40 minute walk from Zone 1 to Zone 4. And that also includes going over overpasses and going up and down stairs and things like that. And you're doing this in Singapore, which is a really humid country. Now, if you can't cope in the humidity, which completely I understand, I would highly suggest looking at actually using the MRT to get around the circuit park. So you can actually get a MRT from Nickel Highway MRT station, which is the closest one to Gate 1 in Zone 1. And then you can get off at Esplanade, which is like 2 stops later, and you're in Zone 4. And that's literally a 5-minute train ride in comparison to a 35 to 40 minute walk. And when you get off at Esplanade, you'll be able to actually go through Gate 3, and then you'll be able to access all of Zone 4 through that way. As for maximizing any opportunity, this is what I've been saying. Prioritize what is most important to you. Because personally, if watching the track action is more important to you than actually watching a concert or trying to actually see all of the Grand Prix of different aspects of the Grand Prix, you'll need to figure out, particularly on the Sunday, whether Kylie Minogue or 30 Seconds to Mars or Khalees is more important than, say, the driver's parade or the first few laps of the race. Also, weather plays a role in this as well. At the present time, it might be actually raining that weekend, so you'll actually have to figure out again if everything you want to see is going to be worth it if it's pouring down with rain. So I actually hope that this kind of advice is of some help to you. And like I've always said about general admission tickets, first in, first served. Treat it like if you were going to a concert and you've got a field ticket. The earlier you are to the gate or wherever it might be, the better chance you actually have of getting a good viewing spot. All right, peace out, guys.